Match point for Invictus Gaming here in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. The regional finals might come to a close after this one as IG played their cleanest game of League of Legends, and the crowd wasn't as happy about that as they were about the Fiestas. Hello, my name is JakeyLove. I'm joined by Nelson Singh and, of course, Paul Soaz at the end of the desk. Gentlemen, I think that was the best game of League of Legends because it felt like the cleanest that we've seen so far.
The best game from IG side, the worst from 369, I guess.
Yes.
I mean,
He was a big factor in IG's win.
because like normally if Karma takes Klepto, she would win the lane on her own, you know. But this time he took Aerie for even more lane dominance, and he still got destroyed by TheShy.
Yeah, that's true.
We were saying Kara could go with no runes, no mastery, and still could go equal to Kennen at least, but...
That's right. I mean, I know we wanted to see the Karma. I have a lot of questions about it. First up, let's bring up the MVP because, of course, it was Rookie who had his exceptional Game 3. I think this by far, Soaz, was his best.
Yeah, he for sure played really good this game. 369 helped him a bit by getting a few free kills, and he didn't have to lane mid quite as much with him going for worms.
Yeah.
Still managed to get really good flanks in the mid game, so props to him, yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, much better performance on the Kiana Nelson.
I really like this part as well of the game, actually. He went to the bush, got his Q off, baited out the Sejuani.
True.
They managed to get a pick there.
That was a cool block by Baolan there as well, by the way.
Really good roams from Rookie in this game.
I think it was more like IG, even though they're not a team to warm into a game, they feel like that from the start. It just felt like IG calmed down a little bit, that we got to see an Invictus Gaming that were taking this a little bit more seriously, that were willing to take skirmishes but not overextend and not really over-evaluate top esports.
Yeah, I think like IG's performance, at least for this game, is similar to the IG we saw last year.
Yeah.
Because I think this has been the best game Rookie has played for like 3 months. In 3 or 4 months. Yeah,
I mean, that's a long time.
Because he has been really off form since he came back
this
from
was
MSI.
a nice cleanup.
I mean, this was just beautiful.
This was just insane.
Yeah, that was great. It's good to finally see something like that. I know that there's a lot of issues with top esports. Before we do get into that, as the players come back onto stage, I want to point out that I think individuality was finally there from IG. Not only did TheShy smash his lane, not only did Leyan have a good mid game, or even good early game, I should say. Rookie joined faces. JakeyLove and Baolan did what they had to do. It makes it you feel like a bit like 2018 IG, doesn't it? Like further to Nelson's point. To a degree. What a good smile.
Yeah, my own opinion about it is mostly that 369 just helped them quite a lot. It just made their win conditions so much easier, and snowballed the game a lot faster than it was supposed to. So yeah, before the game started, I thought that they had their team comp was a lot weaker, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. Like, it looks like it doesn't the team comp doesn't matter quite as much, and the early game lead doesn't matter quite as much in some of the cases. So I'm not really sure what to expect in the last 1 or 2 games.
I mean, hasn't that been the case with the series, gentlemen? It's amazing that, like, just when top esports fall down, IG happened to bounce back up. I will harp on the top esports a bit more because you mentioned, you know, 369 did help them. 369 had his worst game of the series. Now, Nelson, what are your thoughts on this? Because 369 was about 0-3 at 15 minutes in that game.
He was a man on a mission.
Yeah. I mean, it has happened before. Like, if anyone remembers, like, he played at Rift Rivals against, like, Damwon Gaming.
Yep.
And he was facing up against a 0-4 Vladimir, and he still got solo killed in lane. So I think, like, maybe, like, in high pressure situations, he couldn't perform.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's still a rookie top laner. 369, this is his debut year coming into the LPL, and you're right, going up against TheShy, who dominated him on the cannon pick. We got to see the Karma you two wanted, but not really as we knew it.
Yeah.
Not a normal Karma, I think.
Not a normal cut. Well, if we see a Karma in the top lane, it's either the Iceborne build or we see a bit of explosive power coming through something like a Luden's Echo. It was the Athene straight off the bat.
No, I think it's good because he's playing as double AP in the top and jungle. So I think it's a good first buy. He went for Luden's second. The issue is he even had a good ward in the bush, but for some reason he must have like tunnel on his lane and didn't see the jungler, and then got killed, and then he just snowballed from there. Then he's not 50-50 anymore. Kennen can push just one wave, and the one wave that Kennen could push, mid lane came, dived him, and then his lane is over. Yeah.
Had a horrible time from there. Top Esports really suffered. The Karma was seen. Let's see what happens in the draft this time around, because we're going straight back into game to see if Top Esports can bring this back, to see if all it comes down to is that execution we talked about. So it's back over to the casters.
Thank you very much, Hysterics, and we are back for potentially the final time. IG 1 game away from locking themselves into Europe.
Yeah, getting stronger and stronger, preparing for that ticket, just so close to being able to attain it, and we're already into pick and ban here for Game 4.
Straight away, I'm noticing a heavy emphasis on that mid lane. Kiana, Akali, Corki, Silas.
Wow.
All 4 of those bans towards Rookie and Knight.
And what we see left open here should be either the Gragas or the probably should be the Gragas coming in from Leyan. No, never mind. Always going to take that away. And IG is left with Kai'Sa pretty much.
There we go. Gragas and Kai'Sa priority is so crucial at the end of the day. But top, let's see what they want. Because I'm looking at this. Elise, I think, was a pretty big pickup for Leyan. And with the Gragas being banned, technically you can still go back to the Olaf, but XX just needs a pick that he can be on the map early with.
And we talked about this a little bit in the break as well. XX now picking up the Jarvan, was banned in the first 2 games, has been left open. Now they go towards it, and this is as good as a champion as it can be.
Yeah, and I just wanted to see him have pressure in lanes really early on, where in the Sejuani game he really had no ability to impact the matchup. So this time around, may have that opportunity.
And it's really important to notice that, whoa, wait a minute, LeBlanc incoming. This is Rookie feeling it.
This is Rookie making a statement. My skin, my champion, I'm going in against Knight, and I want to be the person to stamp that ticket to Worlds.
He literally just couldn't wait. They're not going to go for a LeBlanc ban in second phase, but he saw enough. He's like, no, hold your pick. We can wait a little bit on blue side. I see a Xayah, short range. I see a J4. I can pop them later on in the game. Early picks it. I want to see what Knight's response is here.
There aren't a lot of answers. You know, typically we thought of the Rise with Aftershock as kind of the go-to against LeBlanc, but after the rework, that doesn't really exist in the meta that much.
Because of so many of the bans, you can go a little bit deeper in your pocket. Kassadin has been the old pick up against that, and if you have confidence in your jungle pick here, you can actually put in as much resources as you can on Knight and allow him to thrive. Talon is another possibility. I want to see what Top has here. They are on red side. Easily, he can see the entire composition before he goes to his pick.
Advantage for Top, though, of course, having seen that mid lane pick, no jungle picked up, which they are banning out quite a few. The Elise is still left open.
I like how Leyan is laughing here. Raz, you just mentioned in the previous game how good of a Lee Sin he was, and you have to take away the double
There we go. Yeah, you have to really put in that confidence on him. If you put in that work and look through like the games that he's played in the LDL, he is a great carry top jungler, and so it seems like they're starting to respect that.
Top just hovering over a few things. Won't talk about them until they're locked in. Wait to see now what the response is. Into the LeBlanc, burst for burst.
Well, LeBlanc has been, you know, at the time in Zoe's release, the pick into the champion. And so I look at it and say, sure, this is a good comfort pick here for Knight. I'm happy for Rookie because Rookie ends up getting the pick that he wants, has a wave to play throughout the lane, and we just need to see what the jungler is for Leyan, because Leyan is looking to support that.
Top Esports are just answering with their own mid lane snowball potential. I agree with you, LeBlanc is supposed to be the counter pick into the Zoe, but for some reason I think Top is just thinking about the games that Rookie and Scout have played and how, you know, Rookie has been, the Zoe has been able to find the LeBlancs off the flanks and just that extra pick potential in their pocket. They're going after the mastery they have with this champion.
There is the Elise, a fantastic game 3 there from Leyan. Last one out, will be locking that one in. Obviously Top not super afraid of it, and now we'll see what they want to chuck into that top side.
I very much expect it to be a Renekton. Yeah, 15 seconds to talk this one out, but Top has a great Renekton player in 369. You need to have a proper laning phase up there. And so as long as Top can play through the top lane, they have the Xayah and Rakan on the bot side of the map, I think their side lanes are set up to succeed. But so much of this series has been about the 2v3 mid jungle that IG is hyper-focused on it and got what they wanted.
Both of these bot lanes do fight on a razor's edge right here, and we've seen in the previous game IG just decimate the Xayah Rakan coming in from Top Esports. So what I do expect is they probably will need some sort of help. I think Xiongxiu might need to pay an early visit.
Yeah, I want to see what the early 2v2 looks like, because the Nautilus Baolan has had a really good look at here and has been able to play this one out well versus Chocho. Chocho will remember that early 2v2 kill that ended up, he ended up losing. This time around, we'll play it far more better.
We'll have to wait and see. This is game 4. IG looking to stamp their ticket to Europe and defend their World Championship title. Top Esports looking to breathe life into their own series and keep themselves alive and the potential to go to Worlds themselves.
Reason why we're looking straight at Knight, the golden left hand, a player who is definitely aiming to gun down Rookie. This is a rivalry that's gone throughout the entire year, Rookie versus Knight, and it's going to be the decider of who ends up taking that ticket.
Knight, the newcomer, only really started in 2018, revitalizing this Top Esports squad as he joined it just this year. To take this team this far is an accomplishment in itself, but now he needs to take it one step further.
For this game, if you're an IG fan, you look to Rookie. If you're a Top Esports fan, you look to Knight. And overall, one team can only go to Worlds to join FBX and RNG to represent China as we jump onto the Rift for Game 4 of IG versus Top Esports. The crowd is ready. The stage is set.
And you could see the gilded porcelain in the sky as well. That is just such a beautiful texture to look at. They know what's at stake in this game with IG on match point.
And I love the cleanse pickup, just talking about the game here a little bit, because for Knight, recognizing very similarly to last time he picked it up, there's a lot of CC being chained up. Leyan and Rookie, they're going to be looking for him. He needs to be well protected here. He needs to be in a position where he doesn't fall. If mid lane falls, the rest of the lanes will fall. So IG throwing it all on Rookie. They don't want to find themselves in a Game 5 situation when they can end it all here.
And Knight does not want to be known as the now current owner of the title of best mid laner to never make it to Worlds. That was Doomby. He has made it. He's booked his ticket. I want to see exactly what Top Esports do differently in this game.
I mean, you just don't want to see such a good player not making it to begin with. So 100%. The stories of Doomby, that whole journey, thankfully, Rookie's the goddamn champion. So at least he's got that, but he wants to be able to defend it. That would be sad if he wouldn't be able to do just that. You have a lot of time here. The great trade coming in from TheShy.
Yeah, and even in the mid lane, we see trading heavily, but it should favor Rookie a little bit, as he does have the Ignite.
Baolan just throwing out a testing hook, making sure Top Esports bot lane know and reminded about that first time they played this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Baolan's always forcing the level 2 advantage here for JakeyLove and themselves. So it's nice to be able to see Invictus Gaming being able to get the shove on the bot side of the map. But you can see the jungle pathing here. Leon's going to be able to get Scuttle Crab here in the bot side. He's going to be able to split sides. I think it's good for Zoe to be teetering near the top side. Also, you're leaning towards the Renekton matchup, so your top 3 is going to be strong if there's a skirmish to ever happen here. Okay.
Knight does fancy himself a little bit, will get stunned up, lands the paddle star, so overall comes out ahead, but relatively 50-50 trade.
Yeah, he fights on the RNG drop, which is nice.
That was definitely pretty cool because he had 2 summoners that he used right there. He actually had the Chilling Smite and then went into the Exhaust to extend the trade. Just Zoe mechanics for you.
Now, do Top Esports look for this dive in the top side? They have got a pretty decent wave pushing in their favor, and 369 can look to try and kill off TheShy.
Yeah, Knight forced that fight, and it gave him the opportunity to move up topside and help out with the redemption.
There's the redemption down, the stun, the flash, the knockdown, and that's going to be first blood at Top Esports.
I didn't want to give TheShy a chance to move towards Leyan. Had no eyes on the Elise, but can only hope that he wasn't there. But they'll find him soon enough.
Looking for a dive of their own. Very much more difficult to get this 2v2 though, as the wave is going to start crashing now. Top Esports need to try and go for something. They will get a little bit of a heal off that as Leyan now gets jumped up. They flash in, they miss the cocoon, and now they look for more damage. They will be able to take down TheShy, but there's the Renekton on the reply of this one now, and it could potentially go all wrong as 369 finds himself another kill. 2 quick ones there for Top Esports.
3 for 1 going down for Top Esports. The teleport cuts off IG in 2 directions, and very luckily for them, Top Esports does not get a hit onto TheShy. That could have been disaster.
And they get to hold the wave for LokeN. This time around, he's not going to be missing out in too much. So, great play from top. They knew it was going to come down. They were well prepared. 369 teleports, ready now with the 2 early kills.
And let's see exactly how this one goes down, because Leyan, he wants to try and make a reply.
Yeah, so you can see, of course, they were trying to go for the dive and all in to at least get the kill onto LokeN. And while that's true and it comes down, they just don't have an exit strategy, sadly. Even with the turret being able to take down TheShy helped out with the counter teleport. Sadly, couldn't do too much.
Yeah, that play was definitely very extended. I love what QiuQiu did to kind of draw out the start of the fight with using the battle entrance to kind of slow that down. And the cocoon, unfortunately, was missed out. So this is what we see in the LPL so very often. It is about trading strong sides and trading weak sides.
This is a really good control ward that QiuQiu ended up throwing down because he didn't have priority in the bot side. They would not expect him to be in that side of the map to begin with. So that's a kind of control ward that you actually just never check in that bush. So it's going to get a lot of vision if they were to move towards a Crux.
As a top laner, that wave just looks painful to me. You have a red buff to freeze it. You have to sustain. You're going to keep it at full rage. What does TheShy do to get out of this?
has no summoners, and TheShy is very much at a disadvantage in terms of items as well, as XX finds himself on top side. But while that's happening, there's a great cocoon just basically face tanking there, knowing he can go back to his AD carry. And TheShy, you talked about it, Clement. The way to take down this team is to true TheShy.
Yeah, I mean, the Q from Nautilus is the one that I was a little bit questioning on. No way for Leyan to really even follow up. His dual lane wasn't really helping out too much on that one. And you get a pretty easy gank out topside. Top has actually started out this game 5 minutes in incredibly well.
It's just an impossible position for TheShy to be in, but wait a minute.
And is back here now. LokeN trying to just keep them honest as they go in now. He gets the first dash, gets the grand entrance as well. They land the hook, they land the cocoon. They will get the first down as well as the redemption comes in to keep him alive. Baolan takes a lot of damage though. There's a big enough minion wave.
Here comes Knight and XX, and while they're being followed, this is going to be a pretty good situation for top to fight under.
4v3, you have got the ultimate on Zoe. He gets the double knockup. There's one kill traded effectively. They try to go in onto Leyan. He gets the cocoon down to try and keep himself alive. One more auto attack should do it. It's a double kill for Knight. Rookie trying to just fight back. He will eventually gift a kill over to JakeyLove. This is a scrappy start to this game.
Rookie made it so if they were going to roam down bot side, he's at least going to get something off of it. He was following them just close enough that if they tried to jump him, he's going to just distort away. He's not even going to be, in range. So he was following close enough so at least they can get something off of the kill.
Yeah, but you have to say that this is going to be a massive snowball incoming for Knight. Look at that kill score right there. He's 2-0-1, has a very good defensive item, and even in that play, he was able to leave lane before Rookie ever could.
And the thing is, right now, you're seeing a very, very clear distinction of IG saying, we're going to try and get Kai'Sa going, and then every other side of the map is just kind of left to the wolves. They've got the Renekton on 3-0-1. You now have the Zoe on 2-0-1 as well. Your solo lanes are online if you're on Top Esports, but you've got to respect the Kai'Sa damage.
Well, I love that the POV stream in the Chinese side will be going towards JakeyLove because he's the focus of the game right now for IG. He needs to be the one that, of course, is garnering the pressure from his own team, able to find those marks in the 2v2 down bot side. I want to see if Baolan sets him up to succeed, but that was a beautiful chain. Not going to result in too much.
It was a good chain. They will trade off the Ignite. Still cleanse available for the side of Knight. And actually, Rookie does lose his passive and has to back away. And Knight now starting to feel a lot better in this matchup after he picked up the Mercury Treads.
Rookie did everything he possibly could in that trade to win it. However, you can see the gold difference is just holding him down at this point. What I want to see if IG can actually accelerate to the point that they take the bottom lane tower before Top Esports destroys TheShy.
Yeah, combination of goal difference, but also just the fact that he didn't get a base off. Finally being able to do that, he's going straight top lane. If he goes mid lane, he knows that top lane is going to be under threat. So he knows that his own wave is going to be fine. He just needs to see Knight first.
Very tense and scrappy start, and IG, they're doubling down on what they're doing. They actually do not hit the cocoon onto the Rakan, but it doesn't matter because he sacrificed LokeN. Feel like that one was a little bit of a misstep there from the top lane, or from the bot lane up top.
Yeah, LokeN definitely had his flash, but they have revenge on their minds.
They're looking for him. They're going to try and get on top of him. They will eventually get down the stun and the damage with the Dominus and eventually take down the top lane of TheShy, but the response is going to be that dragon.
I love the trades that come through, and while LokeN and Xocho maybe could have played it just a tiny bit better, still, great response from XX to find the kill up top side in TheShy right now, starting this game 0-4.
0-4, but I look at the bot side, that's a 30 CS lead in favor of the Kai'Sa, as well as 4 kills. We talked about how this is going to be the priority for the side of IG, but this is just ridiculous. They look for something a little bit more. Baolan flashes in, gets the Ignite down on top of LokeN, so he cannot sustain up. They will get the root down, though. Good flash to stop the cocoon from landing. They haven't taken the turret aggro just yet, though. There's the knockup. It's only going to land on the Baolan. It's going to be LokeN focused again. 0-4 now in this game, but now here comes the Jarvan to try and re-engage on top of this, but they've got the burst damage. They flash in. They do not hit the cocoon. It ends up being 2 quick kills over to the side of IG, but Rookie is hunting. Rookie is looking. Rookie will potentially find him. He won't be able to see exactly where he is, and it's going to just be those 2 kills.
In these games, it's about who can carry more and which weak side can throw less. This is going to be what the game is set up all about. And unfortunately, even though the gold lead is still in Top Esports' favor, I give it to IG because they're going to be able to move out of their bottom lane first. Yeah, and it's easier for TheShy now to operate knowing how well bot side is doing, just to clean and thin out the wave as much as possible if there's a response here. Take a look at this. This is just frustrating if you're LokeN that just wants to pick up the damn wave at some point. The passive stacks up incredibly, so at that stage, it's just easy. And remember, Leyan still hasn't repelled at this point, so can always get out the moment he picks up turret aggro.
I was going to say as well, the shining light is for the side of Top Esports bot lane is that they've seen this before. This isn't the first time that they have been completely camped out of their minds, and as I say that, though, we're going to see LokeN trying to take down this Gromp, and
not worth it.
Wrap
Not worth it.
around him. They will not hit the chains, but it does not matter because they have the damage. Didn't even have to use Ignite. Didn't have to use a Summoner. Top Esports, though, going to try and respond with a Rift Herald.
Is he still worth any gold?
That is a very good question.
I wonder what he's on right now. He must be under 200 at this point.
Still worth it to try and keep the morale down, but is still a very, very closely contested game. As you can see, JakeyLove is the one who picks up all the spoils in that bot side.
Yep, the turret is definitely giving the goal at this stage. JakeyLove is humongous. The pressure now that Invictus Gaming has is unrelenting. This is a trade that XX is going to consistently go towards, but TheShy knows his role here, and he's going to chill out.
It was spotted on the ward on the inner try, so as we say that, he goes in.
He goes in, does pop the World Ender, does not land the EQ though from XX. They will use the Cataclysm to try and lock down TheShy and take him down. It's going to be XX picking up his 3rd kill of the game. They have got the Rift Herald, bot lane turret did go down, and now we're seeing that like talk of just trading and how you trade.
Yeah, I mean, I understood that was a pretty thick wave, but you had your team actually centered around mid lane. Invictus Gaming would be far better off if you had played that one out slower, but seemed like that was the call, and a really awkward one.
He did have friends coming on the way, but I think he heavily underestimated the damage 369 at this point to put out. He's 3-0-3, and already with a completed Black Cleaver on that.
Ooh, that paddle start does a lot of damage. And that's Leyan. He's got to be very careful. Yes, this Elise has got a lot of burst, but she can be bursted just the same. Riftel now drop now into this mid lane. They just want to try and crack this open. This is a much more proactive early game from Top Esports than we've seen from the last 2 times. They will be able to get this one here. They will actually just bait in a little bit of an engage there. There, the chains down on top of the Rakan. Leyan is there, not going to land the cocoon. And Rifty will get another charge into that tier 2.
Yeah, it works out well for top. Not only is now LokeN able to soak the bottom lane wave, but got a lot of gold through mid. So now top is in a pretty damn good position. They do need to concern themselves with the next push from IG once they center their vision around bot side, because Mountain Dragon's going to be up soon. I don't think top wants to fight for it unless if they get a crucial pick on the Sleepy Trouble bubble.
I'm really curious on how IG is going to play the next couple of minutes. In my mind, the Kai'Sa is very easy, able to enter some of these side lanes with the crowd control they have. She can follow up on the plasma stacks, but you know, sometimes we just haven't seen IG do the smart play here. I want to see them kind of roam the Kai'Sa whenever she gets priority.
As you see, it's Rookie the one who has to try and answer this push in the bot side. LokeN trying to pick up as much gold as he possibly can, but the potential burst and just CC chain you can get from top with this Jarvan Rakan is pretty significant.
There's an interesting trade coming in from IG because they're trying to prioritize bottom lane turret gold and the turret itself over the vision around the Mountain Dragon. So they still likely believe that they can push for this and still contest for the bottom lane Dragon even without the vision. It's an interesting take. At the end, it seems like TheShy is going to be making some respectable gold here.
Yeah, in my mind, this is mainly about TheShy and keeping him in the game. TheShy, I think I misspoke when I say he's a very different person when he's ahead and when he's behind. I should say that he's actually the exact same person, and that's where the problem is.
He doesn't realize how far behind he is and just kind of still goes for those trades. He is still only sitting on the components of a Black Cleaver compared to the completed Black Cleaver and Kittle Gem of 369. There were questions about 369 after that game 3 where he just got absolutely decimated in every sense of the word. He's come back into this and looks like it hasn't even affected him.
Yeah, I think 369 is a strong player. I think the questions about how he plays underneath the spotlight is a great one. We saw a few examples of that one already. Knight's been good no matter what, as you can see.
Knight just going to spot out Baolan and Rookie there, and got some pretty significant vision now in this jungle of Top Esports, and LokeN going to try and soak up as much of this wave as he possibly can.
Just want people to know that a lot of the gold that 369 came in was assisted from the J4. So if J4 was able to give them the gold, that's a lot of resources now that needs to pay off.
Top just missed out on 1 play. They got 14 out of 15. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
IG's trade in the top lane was actually not beneficial in terms of a monetary sense. It was really about just keeping TheShy in the game. Whoa.
Speaking of keeping themselves in the game, Redemption gets popped down as Baolan throws out the hook, does not hit. The flash cocoon, not going to be hit there, but we see JakeyLove maybe jumped on there. The Nautilus ult has to be used there onto Knight. They jump in there as XX trying to kill off Rookie, but there's a great misplay, but he doesn't matter because he dunks on him. And that's going to be 2 quick kills. TheShy has joined. Baolan is down. There's 3 for nothing right now. Can TheShy bring this one back? But XX is just knocking everybody up, giving time to his carries. 3 easy kills for top.
That's just a chunkier Renekton at the end of that. And TheShy has to leave this turret by. LokeN wasn't even a part of the play, and top just decimate IG.
I was so surprised that IG actually walked back into that fight after the Renekton popped the Dominus. They should have just backed away knowing that, hey, you know, this is a big ultimate that we got from him. It's a great flash that we got from him. But no, that's not IG. They go straight back in.
This is what we were talking about. There are no macro plays in this game. It is just fighting all day, all the time.
I mean, it was a good play from IG if you think about how the AD was already seen on the wave bot side, that even with the poke on a Rookie, Top Esports are in a numbers disadvantage. The question is, you know, if you miss out your hook and the chain while there was a flash away, you're right, Clement, you kind of walk away from that. Knight has the ability to piece out from that initial engage, and it was this that they didn't expect from XX.
Yeah, it was a really good angle coming in, and 369 was in range for Baolan, so probably not much he could do. And once again, JakeyLove, the most fed member on the team, is getting hunted by multiple carries, has to turn away.
I love how Knight picked up just so many fantastic utilizing, like, you know, actives there. Ignite, Zhonya's, Redemption, like healing and healing reduction, but a little bit of a mistake there coming out from the support of Top Esports. Unfortunately, gets himself caught.
Yeah, I thought he got, you know, a good time ahead in terms of back timings. Didn't need the Jarvan in that he thought, but he was wrong, obviously.
He was a little wrong,
yeah,
unfortunately for him. And now Knight, 303, has got the Ludens. Looks like he's building towards you know, the kind of the Oblivion Orb that will turn into Morello's very, very soon, but obviously the Death Cap as well. This is the kind of time where top esports comp really starts to come alive, especially with the Renekton.
Now, we've seen how the LeBlanc and the Zoe matchup kind of works out. Typically, Zoe is suppressed in lane by the LeBlanc, but the later it goes on, you see more utility coming out of the Zoe. She's much able to set up Baron Pit fights. She's much more deadly when she's coming from blind vision, and we're actually seeing a top lane fight happen right there where the flash was burned from Rookie.
Yeah, great creative play on towards 369. A lot of the times, it's just that gives you opportunities. And now, Rookie without flash is an opportunity for picking him off. I just want to see if there's anything else you can get, because, I mean, 369 on side lanes right now has actually just been consistently working out, been obviously pushing out the lane, so it gives them the opportunity to get a lot of vision control in the blue side jungle. And if Rookie ever finds himself in that lane, he's just going to die to the Renekton. 3,000
lead for 369 over his lane opponent. It's also a 3,000 gold lead for Knight over Rookie. However, as we talked about in the early game, the shining light for the side of IG is going to be JakeyLove and how he can utilize this lead he has been gifted. That top lane tier 2 will be taken down. Top esports trying to show their power within this, as we see TheShy just trying to push up the bot lane.
Yeah, TheShy is just focusing on himself at this stage. Got himself the bot lane wave fully pushed in. Turret's taking a hurt, while he's just getting as much experience ready for the next fight. I think they're trying to prime themselves up for the Mountain Dragon. They don't want to give that away for top.
Yep. TheShy does know that he's in catch-up mode in this game, and I just want to say the game state is very favorable for top esports. Having that gold distribution on your solo lanes means that you can do so much more at this state in the game. It means you have to 1-3-1 pet pressure, while Kai'Sa, even though she has a gold lead, has to play reactive.
Do IG have enough information to go for this without giving up a potential Baron? You can see the pings going out here for the side of top esports. They're aware that they could potentially just trade this one much more favorably.
This could be a Nashor's. There we go. Nashor's pick up for JakeyLove. He's in a really strong place right now for these fights. This is a time where IG should be a little less hesitant in going for a fight on towards Knight, LokeN. Very squishy picks here.
A huge amount of tank. Spear of Trojan has been finished up as well for the side of top esports. They're looking to try and stack their Mountain Dragons. Do IG fancy themselves to really contest this? It looks like the answer for that could potentially be yes. Dragon does go down in favor, but there is the flank, gets the knock up as well, and they're looking for the full engage. The Nautilus hook, or the Nautilus ultimate will be good for disengage, but 369 has popped the Dominus. They're still looking for poke. Everyone backs away. A couple of ultimates burned. Nobody goes down.
That's a double Mountain Dragon now for top. Top got the objective that they wanted and are going to be able to hold this mid lane wave. IG are starting to lose too much on the map.
That was a very close fight. I thought that was going to be a wipe coming in from top esports, but Baolan got the 3-man knock-up, and they pulled themselves closer to the ramp where Aatrox were already stationed. And wow, this is a great reset punish.
IG now trying to push this onto the Dragon. They've got some pretty good damage. You talked about the Nashor's Tooth. That is the kind of go sign for them right now. They haven't got a person them just yet. Down to 2K. There's the retention. Oh! It's been stolen! And top esports will look to try and take this fight even more. They've got LokeN. They've got Knight. They've got 369. They've got damage, but they haven't quite got the kill on TheShy. It will take a little bit more time, but overall, top esports take a huge fight.
How does Knight live in that same situation when TheShy was on top of him too?
He gets the poke over the wall. It's not even the jungler that takes the Baron away. It's Knight. It's the MVP that steals it underneath the noses of IG. Rookie tries to stop him right here, but the Paddlestar, such a long range, and he snipes it down.
God, 1400 HP. And the burst that comes from multiple members and just the damn Q from the Zoe nails it.
We talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it after the draft. If you're looking at one player to drag top esports to bring this to a game 5, it was going to be Knight, and he steals the Baron.
He's also got something, I would say, rather disrespectful, but very fitting of his current position. He's already got the Magi, Soul Stealer. He's basically styling on IG.
Just doing a bit of light reading. Nothing wrong with that. I encourage as many people to read books as I can.
100%. Because he's apparently read IG.
That was cold.
I mean, we'll see.
Now IG find themselves in the impossible position where they're 7,000 gold behind or 6,000 gold behind. They are the ones very much on the back foot. There are so many engaged potential coming out from top esports. IG need to hold, and IG need to find themselves in more opportunities to try and take fights.
It's just incredible that in both games that LokeN gets slammed in lane because of the trades that they've been making. They're coming up front because it's their solo lanes that are benefiting from it.
That's why he's got the MVP.
I don't know if that's
punching
why.
bag.
All right, we'll see if he gets MVP on this one, but definitely Knight has been killing it this one.
Knight has been the MVP of the regular split.
Yep.
He has been the guy that, you know, top esports time and time again have looked towards to bring them up and to put them into that second place finish they got in the regular season.
And I want to see if they can play this part of the game out, which has been a real weakness of them so far in playoffs, Gauntlet. When they have this lead and are just trying to finish, they just five-man group. And I think it's not a solid idea. At least this time around, they have Sleepy Double Bubble that they can be slinging, so that could be a positive, but take a look at Rookie's end of flank.
Rookie's looking for the flank, but he got caught out by a ward as well, so now they know exactly where he is. They are starting to get the siege down onto this mid lane turret, so he gets knocked up. That's actually a lot of damage onto the Rakan, who has to get himself backed away. Ignite was used on top of him as well as 369 pops the Dominus. There's the hook onto the tank, and it looks like top esports have pushed themselves a little bit too far, and that's going to be Knight taken down by JakeyLove, and now IG are hunting. IG are feeling that they can take this one back. There's the quickness, there's the three-man knockup. It's all on LokeN, it's all on the Jarvan. Will they be able to get the damage down? They might be able to do it. LokeN needs to try and find as much as he possibly can, but it's Rookie with the quadra kill to be able to drag IG back into this game.
How does this keep on happening? I can't believe it. Another comeback in the series. I thought it had to come down to Rookie on the flank, but no, Chocho makes a giant misstep right in front of IG.
I mean, look, at some point, Top as a team has to just leave this whole 5v5 ARAM thing when they have this lead. Why are we grouping up as 5 when we know that LeBlanc is on a flank? So like in this situation, yeah, there's a lot of damage being put on towards Chocho because he's the one who's had the burden of trying to get the engage off. The problem is at this point, Chocho's already gone. 369 has to completely leave. So that's why I take a step back and say, strategically, put the Renekton down bot lane. I don't know how many times I have to say this throughout the series, for Top to really be able to get wins off the advantages that they have.
And Chocho tried his very hardest, realized he was dead to rights, pops the ultimate, tries to get as many people up in that one there. And XX, who, in fairness to XX, has had a fantastic game, but you're on a Jarvan, full AD Jarvan realistically, but you're not going to be able to give out the damage that is needed to turn around that fight.
Top esports, they just seem too focused on the fact they have a Knight that's very fed with Majais, and they just want to keep on poking with
He's
it.
not fed with Majais anymore.
True. All right, let's see. Technically, Top still have side lane pressure. Let's see if we're A-ramming again, because that's a problem that I have, and a constant year.
I actually quite enjoy those fights, though. They're pretty hype to look at.
Oh, yeah,
I won't lie, as a play-by-play, it's pretty fun for me.
Nice and flashy.
It's nice and flashy.
If you're BSYY, your head's probably exploding.
If you're any coach, I think your head is exploding. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are having a lot of issues with what's happening here. As Baolan comes out of this. Death cap finished up now for JakeyLove on this Kai'Sa 9-2-4. Very much online and very much the central carry for this IG comp.
So 2 fights seem to be inevitable. One here for the Baron buff that's going to be coming up fairly soon. 30 seconds until that one, and IG have pressure up topside. And then the Mountain Dragon that's going to be coming up. And that's potentially 3 mountains for Top, who has been getting the majority of that one. So IG will certainly want to fight that. Oh,
Death cap picked up.
There we go.
No, we're no longer into books, we're into fashion. Give me that hat.
No more studying for this one.
It's all about how good you look. As Rookie jumps over the wall, it's a 4v5 as of this moment and time. However, they have got Knight joining now. They will get the knock up there on top of TheShy, who's forced to flash away. That's a big summoner down, but it's also a big ultimate down from Chocho as he bumps back down onto Knight. This Baron buff is alive, but it looks like IG are the ones that have priority.
Yeah, it's not a lot of window to follow up. There's just a lot of tenacity right now on TheShy alone on Precision Tree, but oh no, that's if he hit that. Still, LokeN is incredibly low. He won't be ready for this fight.
Baron started up again by IG. They do not want to get caught out again. As I say that, though, it's JakeyLove who gets hit. JakeyLove who's going to be the target. And JakeyLove is down. That's the massive carry on the side of IG taken out of this fight. GA pop. But LokeN on the backside just trying to keep Rookie away. It's a fight on two fronts as 369 jumps in. LokeN's trying his best to just keep himself alive. LokeN will fall. That's the 280 carries down. TheShy is over as well. They are be able to take this one now. Top have an opportunity to try and take the Baron.
Rookie is always trying to even the playing field. Let's see if we hit another Baron stolen here, but Top should be able to nail this.
Leyan is still alive. Baolan's still there as well. They have got knockoff flashes though available to them. There are no real summoners there. Baolan's just being kept away. They're keeping the side of Top honest. It's going to be so close. They go in. He tries to get the burst. Baolan goes in with the hook. They try to turn and burn onto him, and XX goes over the line. They do take down Leyan over the side. That's going to be the jungler for IG taken down. Rookie is still there. Rookie has the red buff. Rookie is still healthy. The Baron down to about 2k HP. 369 is just trying to take him down. He will get his GA pop. Eventually, it is going to be Top Esports getting the Baron, getting the kills. But as I say that, we're going back into a fight. Round 17 fight, and it's going to be JakeyLove with the double kill. There's only 2 people left on the side of Top Esports with this Baron buff. They will eventually try and back away, but my God, where is this game going?
Top stood around for way too long. They need to go back to base as soon as possible with the Barons that they have.
They stood around because Rookie was the one that was stringing them left and right. He got the GA from the Renekton, was a nuisance in the back of the pit, and that was just such a good defense from what was a disaster coming out. Knight had such a great pick, and I thought that was all over, but actually IG did manage to claw it back down a little bit.
This game is a little wild. And we talk about the battle of mid laners. In this one, Zoe went deep to get that kill. And so this was really early on. I mean, LokeN lost a lot of HP on this one. This is when, you know, IG was already on the Baron itself. Top wanted to force the fight. And the sleepy double bubble that landed from Knight was followed up on instantly from both XX and Knight with a flash, too. And then the backside, when LokeN was trying to heal up based off red buff, he didn't expect the ward to catch him on vision and a Rookie to just be able to be on top of him. So much happened here. It was such a long play because Top won the fight. It was Rookie that was trying to buy as much time as possible for them to come back onto the field.
This was really worthwhile from 369. He does almost die to it, but he does keep Rookie out of the pit in the end. And, you know, once again, we find Top Esports back in a, I would say, a stronger position after all of this.
I will say, if the Rakan did not just bait in Knight to try and kill off Baolan, they back away, they get themselves 4 Baron buffs. It was the extension on top of the extension on top of the extension that really just kind of, you know, whittled away the resources that Top had, as we see just these trouble bubbles doing so much for the side of Top Esports. Now they look to try and crack open the base. They will get a TP. All right, 369, bit risky, but again, this is, you know, they have to win the next fight, otherwise I feel like IG can just take it away from them.
And as a reminder, they still don't have a side lane working for them. Great from Aatrox to be able to take that top lane wave, sure. Bot lane wave, they're not even interested. So they're just trying to pummel down through the mid lane. It hasn't worked for them consistently in the past. They do have the members advantage now.
IG have 2 people away from their base, and that's going to be a pretty easy inhibitor turret taken down in the mid lane. Inhibitor soon to follow. They do land the cocoon, not quite on the right target though, as 369 backs himself away with a slice in the dice. They land the hook there. It's onto the Rakan, who pops the quickness and gets himself out. They do not quite take down the inhibitor. They are aware though that they do not want to fight IG right now.
It's crazy that a team that has always found such quick success when they've got that first Baron have now frozen. At every pace they have tried to essentially ARAM it in 5v5 versus IG. IG at this stage, while they lost that turret only because they didn't have the members there, grouped up, forced the fighter in skirmish around Nautilus, and they couldn't get the inhibitor.
I just feel like the Top Esports style, their entire thought process has been simplified to the fact that we have Knight and he is Zoe. So we're just going to keep on fishing for the potential picks. And I have to give it to IG. They've actually been very good at dodging out on all the projectiles coming in. I really want to see Top Esports set up more blind zones on the sides of the inhibitor high ground. You can see on both sides that IG actually still had vision, so they were never worried about a blind Sleepy Trouble Bubble or blind poke coming at them.
Baron has worn off, won't be back up for another 2.5 minutes or just under that. You've got Elder Drake in 4.5 minutes as well, as IG picked up their first Mountain Drake of the game, denying that triple stack for Top Esports. And this is where nerves set in. This is where you have the advantage. You need to turn it into a win to keep yourself in this series. And it feels like Top Esports, they're kind of a little bit in their own heads.
Yeah, I think that they, as Clement have said, incredibly simplified it to just that sleepy trouble bubble win condition. And they can always give themselves a man advantage. I understand that Renekton on a side lane, he can't just take the turret on his own by all means. That's not going to be the case. But you give an option for Knight to either lean towards the bot side and help you out, or you can lean top side and make it so TheShy has to pick up the entire bot lane wave. A lot of that is just not even a possible, or at least not even an option. They're not even looking for it. This time around, though, I'm just going to go for a base. This is going to be a long game, and it might turn into an Elder Dragon fight, just to be able to pull IG out of the base and into the open.
I like what IG are doing right here. They're trying to hyper farm TheShy up. They're saying, you know what? Rookie actually has enough damage to threaten LokeN in the backline. We don't need to give him that much farm. They're giving everything over to TheShy, and despite his 0-5 start, he is actually catching up very, very close to 369 in the top side, only 5 CS away.
I mean, he still has stopwatch, so the stopwatch is going to help him out immensely to just still be a frontliner and buy time for his team, which is nice. No vision whatsoever around this area for top, so they don't see the LeBlanc here at the flank.
LeBlanc on the flank, but Top Esports trying to pass towards the top side. Baolan goes a little bit too forward. They don't land much CC apart from the triple bubble onto him. However, TheShy was there. Cocoon goes wide. Rookie's on the back side. They look and they see him. They do back themselves away. XX thought he had the flag and drag, but right now Top are the ones running away from IG.
Thank God for Banshee's Veil. It paid off with just that alone. If he got that pick, IG runs away with this game. But stakes alive, and now jockey back for position for Baron.
And we've seen IG play these ones out so many times, and it's just about making sure that the enemy is so damn afraid of walking on to the Rift that even if you're at a gold deficit, you can start controlling the Baron buff. And at this point in the game, if they get any sunlight, they can hard force that objective really fast.
Rookie was spotted there on awards. He did just jump back straight away. They've jumped straight away onto Leyan, who's forced to flash away. That's a big summoner down. They will be able to get the Cataclysm, but it won't keep him down alive at the moment. He gets a lot of damage on the XX. They try to go in. Baolan jumps in. They get the Recon, and they get the Xayah ultimate out of them. This looks like it's going to be good for Top Esports. It looks like it's going to be great for Top Esports, as Rookie cannot do anything more than take down the Xayah. Top Esports will bring us to a Game 5!
Great fight and position to keep LokeN alive for as long as possible. And while he ended up risking it all, IG had no way to find their way to the back line.
Top Esports will not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And gentlemen, summoners, everyone watching, we have got a Game 5!
You can see Knight breathe a sigh of relief right there. He took the Zoe matchup into the LeBlanc and performed beautifully with it. Really going into the Magi's, that was kind of a misstep. I'm sorry about that. But having a very, very strong portion of the game, this is a big focus onto him. And if he can keep the early game alive once more for Top Esports.
This is when everyone just takes a step back, finds themselves in a best of 5 in a Game 5. And you isolate it to just that, Rookie versus Knight. Both of these guys are playing so well, and it's around how to set up team fights because they're not giving themselves any other options. A lot of people just kind of said that Invictus Gaming should make it, and they're just backing them. The crowd is actually heavily in favor of IG, but it's the players of Knight. In this game, I thought that 369 had such a standout performance on his Renekton. He needed to with the resources that they threw into him. And it changes everything. Now it's not just reliant on Knight to perform, because you know that 369 is online, and that LokeN at least has a strong mentality. That's all I need to ask of him.
Yeah, it does seem like the story of the series is that whoever gets the top lane to capitulate, to really just implode, actually has the bigger lead. And we've seen this from coaches as well. They say bottom lane leads don't really mean as much in this meta compared to the top lane ones where, you get the power picks going. And also the difference between these two players when they're on strong and weak side is also super stark.
I will say, though, That's 3 out of 4 games where, regardless of advantage, regardless of what you did in the early game, it did not matter because the time and just the fight back from either side was just so strong.
Yes.
It became such a mechanic. It became down to one mistake. That one in this game in particular, it was Leyan getting caught, and that forced the side of IG to react.
That's why it's kind of funny, because you look at all of these teams and say, well, they're performing kind of poorly on a macro basis. It does come down to just the individual talent. And we've proven it in 2018 Worlds. Individual talent is what wins you games. And that IG and Top are just going at it, player for player, in these crazy team fights to see who comes out ahead. I love what I'm seeing from specifically XX and 369 players that have fallen on the biggest stages of them all, who have now seemed to have found confidence under it.
And that's what I was going to say. Whoever loses the next game, that's devastating, like beyond devastating. You have put your heart and your soul into this series to give you that chance to perform in Europe on the world stage against the world's best, and it might not be good enough.
And people tend to kind of forget or kind of brush it off what a years of work just kind of amounts to. For a full year, both of these teams have been fighting to get onto a world stage. For Invictus Gaming, they just want to get back to it. They thought it was going to be an easy trip at Spring. Obviously, there's a lot that happened. But for Top, they built for this. They were ready for this. And at the end of the day, if they lose to, IG in the fashion that they did in the Game 5, that's huge. Regardless of what the fans and what the pundits say, for them, that is actually such a major blow, as you've said. So they're going to put their all into this final game.
Yeah, they were built as a super team. They were set up to do it in this year, to just get that third ticket all the way. But if they don't make it, huge blows to them. I think that the next game is going to be the race to the top side. Because Game 4, it was almost a carbon copy of what IG did to Top Esports in Game 3. It was shutting down the top laner, and we know the difference that makes. I'm looking at TheShy and 369 to be the difference maker.
We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a Game 5. But before we get to that, we're going to give you all a quick break to get your snacks, your drinks, get yourself reset, and come back here for Pick Ban for the final game of the Gauntlet to decide who is going to be the 3rd seed to go to Worlds to represent China.